Hey fiddlers, welcome to today's fiddle video. If you have ever wondered how to find the beat in a jig or a reel, or if you've wondered how to tap your foot along with it, or if you've wondered how do I count into the tune, how do I get it started, today's video is for you. We are going to be talking about the beat in fiddle tunes, how it works, where it is, how to find it, all that good stuff. If you'd like sheet music and practice tracks for the tunes that I'm featuring in today's video to demonstrate this, you can find a link for those in the description. To start off, let's think about what actually is the beat. The beat is sort of the heartbeat or the pulse of the tune. It's steady, it generally doesn't change all the way through the tune, ideally. So even though the rhythm, the lengths of the different notes that are happening within that beat might change, the beat is gonna be solid as a rock. So the rhythm might go da 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 da, but the beat is going, staying steady. Da 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 da. You might recognize the beat as the place where your foot naturally taps during a tune. Alright, so much for what the beat is. Let's figure out where the beat is in jigs and reels. You may not be super confident on the difference between jigs and reels. A jig is typically in 6/8 time, so we're thinking about 6/8 notes per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A reel is typically written in either 4/4 time or maybe 2/2 time or maybe 2/4 time. For today, we're going to be thinking of it in 4/4 time. So that's 4 quarter notes per measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's find the beat in a jig for starters. Remember that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Generally, we are going to be thinking about the beat as being on the 1 and on the 4 of the jig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means we're dividing each measure of the jig into 2 little chunks of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have a measure going, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the beat is on the 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So in a way, even though it's 6/8 time, we're thinking in groups of 2. So we're thinking about 2 beats per measure. 1, 2, 1, 2. If we're counting into a jig, we will very often go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is really 2 measures or 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, if you want to give yourself a little extra time before the tune starts to really feel the heartbeat of the tune and get into the beat, here's what you can do. Instead of giving yourself 2 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can give yourself 4 measures. But with the first 2 measures, you're only going to emphasize the first beat of the measure. Okay, here's what I mean by this. In your fiddling journey, you may have heard people go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When they do that, the first 1 is at the beginning of a measure. You go 1, and you have that second beat. Then the 2 is at the beginning of the next measure. 2. And then you start doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 on each beat of the next 2 measures. I hope that makes sense. So we've got measure 1, measure 2, then the next 2 are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so much for finding the beat and counting into jigs. Let's find the beat and count into reels. As we mentioned, reels are often written in 4/4 time, so we're thinking about 4 quarter notes per measure. But often reels have a lot of eighth notes, so we're thinking more in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So where in all of that are we going to find the beat? As with jigs though, we are actually going to be thinking, we folk musicians, in terms of 2 beats per measure, even though it's in 4/4 time. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, with the beat on the 1 and the 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we're counting into a reel, we're counting on those beats, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is really 2 measures because it's 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. As with jigs though, we could give ourselves 4 measures of intro so that we really have some time to get into the pulse of the tune. So that would go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As with the jigs, that first 1 is at the beginning of a measure, then we have another beat. Then 2 is at the beginning of the next measure, then we have another beat. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it more complicated than it has to be, but if we wanted to just give ourselves 2 measures but subdivide the second measure into 4, because we're in 4/4 time, so subdividing it into the 4 quarter notes, we would just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've wondered how to tap your foot to a tune, one thing I would say is don't stress about it. Very often that will just come with time if you keep playing, if you keep really listening for and feeling the beat. And I would say especially playing with the metronome is a good idea. If you've got that steady pulse, that's basically telling you where you would tap your foot. Another thing you could do is just listen to recordings of fiddle tunes and practice tapping your foot along without playing. It might help you get a bit more of a feel for where that beat is. Here are a few jigs, and I'm going to tap my foot along with them, so you can feel free to try tapping your foot as well. Here are a few reels. Alright fiddlers, that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like sheet music and practice tracks for the tunes that I used to demonstrate these ideas today, you can find links in the description. Have a wonderful day, happy fiddling, and I will see you soon.